Capital News tonight. President Dr. John Magufuli directs Ministry of Finance to pay TPDF's 1 trillion housing debt. Floods wreak havoc in Kilosa district. And in sports, Kenya defeats Kilimanjaro Queens in the Sekafa Women's Final. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's start things off with the national news. President Dr. John Magufuli has directed the Ministry of Finance to pay a debt of more than 1 trillion shillings, which Tanzania People's Defence Force TPDF was paying from salary cuts for more than 6,600 houses used by its officers in various parts of the country. President Dr. Magufuli gave the directive when laying the foundation stone for the construction of headquarters of the National Defence at Chololo Village, Kikombo Ward in Chamwino District, Dodoma region.
Askari umeshamkabidhi fedha yake mfukoni.
An officer receives his pay and he is asked to pay the loan. It doesn't make sense to him, given the sacrifice he's giving in serving his country. Honorable President, I ask you to look into this.
Mheshimiwa Rais, naomba hilo litazame.
Ninafahamu deni hilo ni fedha nyingi.
I'm aware that the debt is a lot of money, but let me assure you, CDF, in all the houses over 6,000 built across the country, whereby the contract stipulates that officers will be deducted, let me assure you that no officer will be deducted. This loan will be shouldered by the government. Therefore, as of 1st of December this year, my dear fellows, people from this area, about 1,500 will be compensated, and they must be paid their compensation without being shortchanged.
Waanze kulipwa fedha zao bila kupunjwa.
Naomba uniruhusu
I would like to show my appreciation to the People's Republic of China through its ministry in offering to work with our government in the construction of our defense headquarters. This is in strengthening the historic relations that have existed between the two countries, of which we will continue to honor.
Several houses in Misufini village, Mbigiri Ward, Kilosa district in Morogoro region have been engulfed with water, while others demolished by floods caused by rains at Ukaguru and Turiani mountains. The Defense and Security Committee in Kilosa district toured the area to assess destruction caused by the floods.
The way things currently stand, it isn't good. Some of us have been forced to sleep outside because we are scared to sleep inside the house. We need to know how many people have been affected and how much damage has been caused and how we can help them. This area is on low ground and the river has no single cause, which makes it hard to control the flow. What needs to be done is to relocate the people to a higher ground.
The government, through the Ministry of Regional Administration and Local Government, has announced the results of the local government election held on Sunday, 24th November this year, which show that Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM led in the results, followed by opposition parties Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo Chadema and Civic United Front CUF.
Village council heads positions 12,028, neighborhood leadership 62,927. Positions for street chairpersons, 4,207. Women councillors, 105,953. And mixed councillors, 31,359. This is for CCM party. For Chadema party, 69 leadership positions, 27 women positions, and 42 mixed positions. CUF party, 8 positions, whereby 3 for women and 5 were mixed.
Kilipita bila kupingwa kwa jumla ya nafasi za uongozi 69.
And Tanzania Revenue Authority, TRA, during the period of 4 years has collected 58.3 trillion shillings compared to 34.97 trillion shillings collected in the previous 4 years. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the Deputy Commissioner of TRA, Msafiri Mbibo, said during the period of 2015-2016, TRA collected 12.5 trillion shillings. In 2016, TRA collected 14.4 trillion, 15.5 trillion during the 2017-2018, and in 2018-2019, it collected 15.9 trillion shillings.
Sasa mamlaka imekusanya shilingi bilioni.
So far, 120.1 billion has been collected from basic tax on taxpayers pardoned from interest rates and penalties payments. After the extension period, we ask those pardoned to pay what is owed. We have a plan to do door-to-door and street-by-street working with local government authorities to look for those who are letting property so they too can pay tax. Some of the challenges we are facing include tax evasion, goods trafficking brought by uncontrolled borders, and corruption.
Na wenye kwa ajili ya kodi ya pango na wamiliki wa nyumba kwa ajili ya kodi za majengo.
Mbeya Regional Commissioner Albert Chalamila has called on Tanzanians to support a mother of quadruplets at Mbeya Referral Hospital, Emilia Joram, as her family cannot take care of the newborn babies. He made the call after touring the hospital. For those who wish to support Emilia and her quadruplets can do so through the NMB account number 610-100-308669.
Anyone who can contribute in the upbringing of these children must do so. And when they grow up to be decent citizens, then everyone will know that it is possible. Probably in the past, it wasn't possible to give birth to them alive, but it has now become a possibility because of the excellent work from our doctors in our Mbeya Referral Hospital. It was during her second trimester that we discovered that she was carrying 5 babies, and we decided to offer our services free of charge because she had a lot to deal with. So we had her under observation, and between the 18th and 19th week, we found out that 1 baby had died, so we focused on the 4 remaining. I'm grateful to the medical team for all their assistance and care they've given me in Sitiane. This is no small matter, but only possible by grace of God. We need help, as she is mentioned, from individuals and organizations.
A day after President Dr. John Magufuli received 1.05 trillion shillings from public institutions as dividend and directed directors of institutions which have not handed over their contributions to do so within 60 days, the government has received 2.75 from 4 institutions. Receiving the contribution, the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Philip Mpango, said he'll make sure the directives are implemented accordingly.
Na mimi nitasimamia kikamilifu.
I will personally supervise this. On the 60th day as of yesterday, I will deal with them accordingly. Let them hear about this. We are not joking. An order has been given and we shall honor it. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you. Yesterday, Honorable President received 1.05 trillion.
Na Tanzania Postal Corporation, shirika la
Tanzania Postal Corporation is paying 350 million, Tanzanian Railway Corporation 1 billion, and Tanzania Investment Center 1.2 billion.
Ili kuifanya serikali hii ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kuwa na fedha.
This is to enable the government of United Republic of Tanzania to have enough money to carry out development projects we were supposed to have paid yesterday, but it was not possible. Today, we've been able to do so, to honor Honorable President's directive.
Ya Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano.
More than 300 students with special needs from the SOS Center in Arumeru District, Arusha region, have received free dental services from oral and dental specialists. The free oral and dental clinic is part of activities leading to the general meeting of Tanzania Dental Association, expected to be held this week in Arusha.
At least 60% of young children's teeth are damaged. So in providing care to them here at the school, it becomes affordable, but we also reach out to those who cannot access this service. We'll treat them here, and those who need extra care will be referred. We've decided to focus on young children because they need special attention. We've received this well. We've learned not to eat sugary food which damages our teeth. This will help us to take better care of our teeth. We ask that this exercise carries on.
Naomba zoezi hili liwe endelevu na ili tuendelee kujua jinsi ya kutunza meno.
And that is all for national news. International news is next. In international news, at least 8 people were killed on Sunday night in an attack by rebel fighters in northeastern town of Beni in the Democratic Republic of Congo. 2 people also killed and several others wounded today after angry residents took to the streets clashing with security forces. The protesters have said that the government and UN soldiers have failed to protect them.
Police started to fire warning shots in the air, but were unable to subdue them. This is because there were too many of them there. And that is when they started breaking the mayor's office doors, went inside and started firing. The death toll from West Pokot landslides in Kenya has risen to 54 after more bodies were recovered during a recovery operation. Efforts to find and pull more bodies out of the mud have been hampered by lack of transport because the roads heading to the area have become impassable.
We've been forced to land in Eldoret because we do not want to defy the advisory we are getting from the pilots and the experts that we are with. It looks like it's very difficult for the helicopters we are using to fly into Kapenguria because it's still raining. It's very foggy. The visibility is not very clear. And because of safety and security considerations, we have been advised to divert to Eldoret. The national government is committed to addressing the challenges the people of West Pokot are facing in these circumstances. I want to assure the governor and the leaders of West Pokot that we are committed to working with and supporting them, and especially working with the families. We have sent some relief supplies ahead.
And more than 4,600 members of Kakuzi Division Development Association from Murang'a County have appeared in court in Malindi town along the coast of Kenya, filing a case against 3 companies they want to stop development activities on land they say belongs to them. The association has opened a case against Kakuzi Plantation Limited Company, Del Monte Kenya Limited, and Mruki Tea and Coffee Estates. That is the end of international news. Do stay with us. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Thank you for staying with us. And in business news, the Executive Director of the East African Business Council, Peter Mathuki, has said that despite member states of the East African community having many attractive tourist destinations, high costs for various services in the sector has contributed to heavy revenue losses.
We have 700 million tourists entering Europe every year. 700 million tourists entering Europe. And we have only 6 million entering East Africa every year. Tourism is still at 6 million people entering East Africa every year, with the likes of Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa. It is in East Africa. And we are still doing at 6 million tourists in Africa. And yet when you go to TICAD in Japan, when you go to China or to Russia, that is their agenda. It is never your agenda. What is our agenda ourselves as business people, as governments, as East Africans?
It is my sincere hope that participants from East African partner states will improve their networking, information sharing, and the skills on addressing challenges within these important sectors.
One of the areas we need to develop is develop a collective and coordinated approach to the promotion and marketing of quality tourism into and within the community. And in particular, we need to coordinate our policies in tourism sector. We standardize hotel classifications. As something has happened, especially those who are in the accommodation sector and restaurants, they know we have a common criteria that we're implementing as a region. That's the work of ESC in collaboration with stakeholders from other partner states. And then we need to develop a code of conduct for private and public tour operators. I have seen a code of conduct for EABC, something similar to that.
Tanzania Investment Center TIC has signed a cooperation agreement with the Netherlands Africa Business Council aimed at strengthening trade and investment relations between Tanzania and the Netherlands. The agreement is an outcome of a meeting held between the two organizations in the Netherlands in February this year. They wanted to do business in Africa on a large scale, and they were more attracted with Tanzania in the past 3 to 4 years due to the significant changes made in the country, which has reassured them that Tanzania can be a good business partner for them.
Tanzania is in many ways a country of opportunities, there is a huge amount of land space and farming opportunities. So the Netherlands is a country which has a very high standards for agricultural development. So development of agriculture is an important thing. I think another element of Tanzania is that it's a stable environment. We feel comfortable here. The macroeconomic details that has been discussed and presented to us give comfort that the country in economic sense is sailing in the right direction. With the National Bank, with all the other elements which are crucial for having trust in the economy.
And mobile phone company Tigo has launched an end-of-the-year campaign called Kishindo cha Kufunga Mwaka, which will enable Tigo Pesa users to win more than 500 million shillings allocated to be won by more than 330 customers. A customer can draw money from the bank or receive from other mobile networks, as well as other sources such as from outside the country. The customer can receive a loan, salary and other things in their Tigo Pesa account. The more the customer does this, the more chances that they have to win various prizes.
Na pia kuna washindi wa wiki.
We will have 8 weekly winners, which after 4 weeks cumulatively will make a total of 40 winners. We will also have big winners towards the end. The first place winner will get 20 million shillings, the second place winner 15 million shillings, and third place will win 10 million shillings.
Atapata milioni 10.
And that is all for business news. Sports news is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And in sports, the Tanzania mainland women's national team, Kilimanjaro Queens, have failed to defend their CECAFA title for the 3rd successive time, following a 2-0 defeat to Kenya. Both goals of the game were scored by Gentrix, who got the first goal through a penalty kick.
The CECAFA Senior Women Challenge Cup, Tanzania 2019. Battered trophy, Minister of Health, Community Development, Gender, Seniors and Children, Madam Umi Mwalim. And now, the CECAFA Senior Women Challenge Cup, Tanzania 2019 goes to the Kenya National Team.
The National Sports Council has organized training courses for more than 30 primary school teachers in Kilindi District, Tanga Region. This is as part of implementation of their 2019-2020 plan.
The first thing is teaching, because they are teachers who are in schools. So the first thing is teaching in schools how to participate in sports effectively. Secondly, is to motivate the society, because one of our directives when we spoke to the council is to make sure they start different sports clubs in their areas.
Ili watu sasa, kwa sababu itaanzia kwao, watawafundisha namna ya kufanya mazoezi.
Thibaut Courtois has no doubt that Gareth Bale is still fully committed to Real Madrid following the Wales Stars' controversial return to La Liga action on Saturday. Here's more on this story.
He was introduced as second-half substitute in the 3-1 win over Real Sociedad and was greeted by a mixture of boos and applause from the Santiago Bernabeu faithful. It marked Bale's first appearance for Madrid since October and came at the end of a week in which he celebrated Wales' Euro 2020 qualification behind a banner that read Wales Golf Madrid in that order. The slogan originates from a chant by Wales supporters that pokes fun at perceptions of Bale among the Spanish press, who have accused the former Tottenham player of pushing Madrid down his list of priorities. Courtois would not be drawn on whether he believes the reception that greeted Bale was harsh, but is confident the 30-year-old remains committed to playing for the Spanish Giants.
Eden Hazard is backed one of Liverpool trio Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah or Virgil van Dijk to win this year's Ballon d'Or.
The Red Stars are contenders to be named the world best players in 2019 after winning the Champions League and finished second in the Premier League. However, they face competition from five-time winners Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, while Manchester City stars Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling are also in the running. But Real Madrid attacker Hazard believes the award should be given to one of Jurgen Klopp's charges, highlighting Mane for his displays for Africa Cup of Nations finalists Senegal.
Samuel Umtiti has left the door open for a future return to Lyon, while the Barcelona defender has queried the hairstyle choice of a fellow Frenchman and Camp Nou colleague Antoine Griezmann.
However, expressed no desire to part company with Barca, despite facing fierce competition for places. That remains the 26-year-old's stance for now. But a man who represented Lyon between 2011 and 2016 admits he could head back to his roots at some stage, potentially once his playing days are over.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.